Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you guys some advanced movement techniques that I use to hopefully help you become a better fighter, win more fights, be a lot harder to hit, and just become an overall movement demon. So hopefully by the end of this video you learn something new, and if you do, please drop a like. Okay, so the first thing I'm going over is the dodge roll. Many people might not know this, but there's actually two types. There's the normal walking dodge roll like this. And then there's the sprint dodge roll like this. So keep in mind, there are a few drawbacks with this. With the sprint one, though, you can only do about 4 before you run out of stamina. And with the normal one, you can do about 8, but you're a lot slower. So do keep that in mind, you gotta be conscious of your stamina. So now what I'm gonna show you guys is pairing your dodge roll with the shotgun. It doesn't matter what level it is, it could be 1 or 4. But basically, when you shoot and dodge roll, it actually reloads while you're rolling. So here I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna shoot, dodge, and it's actually reloading while I'm dodging. This is a great way to stay mobile during fights, and it makes our enemy harder to hit you because you're dodging, and as you're dodging, you're reloading. So it's as simple as that. So now here's an even more advanced technique I like to do. So if I see enemies behind this wall, I go up, I slide, I skip the shot off, and I instantly dodge back into cover. Most of the time the enemies don't even know where you came from. They have no time to react. It's super effective. I'll do it one more time. It's as simple as that. You just slide towards them, get the shot off, and instantly go back into cover with the dodge roll. Now here's some examples of me doing it in an actual game. As you can see, I slide at them, get the pump off, and immediately dodge roll out behind cover.
You're alone, you're alone.
And here's an enemy POV. If you're doing this optimally, they have no chance to shoot back, and they barely even see you for a full second. So the next thing I'm going over is jump shotting. So a lot of you guys might think that when you jump, your gun becomes super inaccurate, but I've noticed that it actually doesn't, and it's really effective to do this. So for example, something like this. As you can see, I hit basically every bullet. It doesn't get insanely inaccurate. So this works well with guns like the Venator and the Stitcher. But I've noticed when you do this, it makes you a lot harder to get hit, and especially get hit in the head. So you can just try doing this in this practice range. So if I know an enemy's weak, instead of just sprinting towards them, giving them a free shot, or sliding, I actually like jumping towards them, kind of bee-hopping, making it a lot harder to hit and making them a lot more confused and not ready for the fight.
Alright.
Another thing I like to do during fights is actually spam crouch, just to make you a little bit harder to get hit in the head. I don't see anyone doing this as well, but it's basically just like, you know, just spamming your crouch while shooting. Okay, so now in this clip, I kill 4 people using every single movement technique that I've shown so far.
Oh, I'm alright. No, another team behind you. Where you just came? Another team behind you. Yeah, I mean, oh my god.
Back one.
I'm stunned. I'm dead.
Where? Mark.
I'm heavy.
And as you can see, I took a lot less damage than I should have, and I was a lot harder to hit during the fight.
Pushing. On.
The team comms.
I'm leaving. He's trying to finish.
He shot shit on it.
So you can just see how I use these techniques in a fight, basically live. Just kind of see how I use them and which scenarios I use them in. Okay, the next thing I'm going over is stamina management, and the key to why I never run out of stamina mid-fight. So basically, when you see the stamina bar at the bottom there reach the max, you have about 3 to 5 seconds of infinite stamina. As you can see here, I'm running. The stamina bar isn't depleting. So I got from about over there to here, no stamina. This also works with jumping as well. Let me just wait for it to go. You get the little animation. You can spam jump, no stamina is getting taken. The only thing that'll ruin this is if you dodge roll, it'll instantly deplete, like instantly. So you can only sprint and only jump. This also works with the stim as well. So you pop the stim, you get the animation, and you can run infinitely for about 10 to 15 seconds, about 100 meters. So I was able to run from here all the way to this truck right there, about 100 meters, stamina free. The only thing that's bad is if you dodge roll once while under the stim effect goes away. So here, I dodge roll a few times, and the stim effect is gone. You see at the bottom, and I'm losing stamina. So So yeah, just keep that in mind. That's super effective to do in fights. So yeah, if you see that animation of it disappearing, you have infinite stamina. But keep in mind, if you dodge roll once, it instantly depletes. Okay, when it comes to stamina as well, sliding is amazing. There is no reason not to slide. When you slide, you instantly gain back stamina. So realistically, you could be infinitely sliding and never losing stamina, as you can see here. So there's just no reason not to slide. And obviously sliding down hills is extremely effective. If you hold slide, you go all the way down the hill. It's pretty insane. You can also slide mid-jump and it instantly puts you down on the ground. So just like this, you jump and it pushes you down into the slide instantly. You can also pair this with the infinite slide I just taught you with the animation. So see, I have infinite stamina. I go for a jump, slide. You can pair it all together like that. The next thing I'm going over is actually getting rid of fall damage. A lot of people probably know about this, but I'm going to go over it anyway. Basically, if you're about a height about this high, it can't be too high, but if it's about medium distance and you just fall off, you're going to get stuck in this animation, take a little bit of fall damage. So how to get rid of this is you're going to want to spam your crouch bind right before you hit the ground. About 2 meters is the sweet spot. So I'll show you this in full motion. And I get rid of all my fall damage and I do a little roll. Okay, so now keep in mind this does not work at all distances. If it's too high, you're going to just take fall damage regardless. And also if you spam crouch or hold crouch too early, it also will not work. I'm spamming it, and then I'll usually take fall damage every time. So now in this clip, I do all 3 techniques I've shown so far. I do the fall damage technique, I do the slide, dodge, pump shot technique to go back into cover, and then I do a jump shot at the end to get the kill.
I cracked one to your left.
So those are just examples of me actually doing the actions in game to get kills. Another way to get rid of fall damage is by vaulting. So if you see any ledge in the game, you see a ledge right here, you can jump right before that and actually vault on it. So there, I got the vaulting animation, I got it, and I can then vault to here.
Over there.
Vaulting. You try to make sure you're aiming for the actual edge, not the top of it. So I don't even want to aim for like right here.
Danger over here.
So here's a clip of me on stream doing it. I did it from the balcony on Stella and then all the way down to the extract. It was pretty insane. I didn't take any fall damage. So these are the techniques I consistently use in-game to win fights. I hope you guys learned something from that. I'm going to be switching over to the in-game settings in my skill tree now. So you can do everything I just showed without a single mobility skill. But these are the ones I recommend to get first. These 2 are by far the most important skills in the game in my opinion. Youthful Lungs and Marathon Runner. They just make everything cost less stamina, and this also increases your max stamina. So I recommend any new player to get these 2 off the rip. The first 2 are these 2. Get this one and then these 2. And I also recommend this one. It gets rid of the debuff on blue shields and purple shields. It lowers it so you can run quicker. I also recommend Slip and Slide. And then these 2, I'm pretty sure they're bugged at the moment. But if they get patched or fixed, I mean, the movement will be even better. But yeah, you can do everything I just showed regardless of what you have. But these are the main 2 I recommend. So this is my go-to PvP loadout. Obviously the Venator 4 with the El Toro for a swap. I use blue shield. I never use purple. I don't think purple is that good, but always blue shields. And then for my quick use, I always bring about 8 to 10 stims. I spend about 10,000 on stims per game. I never craft stims because I want to save my chemicals for the little smoke grenades. They cost 5 each, so they're pretty expensive in the chemicals. So I always have 5 of these for cover and to get away from when I'm weak or whatever. And then I always bring the shield recharger that is green. I never really use this one. I usually just sell these ones because the green ones you can pop super quick and they heal you pretty fast. Same with this one. Same with the herbal bandages. I always get these as well. I usually pop 3 of the stims before, like when I instantly spawn to get towards people in fighting. And then I save one to pop at least during a fight. And these are really effective. I mean, you don't have to bring 8 like I do. You could probably bring like 3. They're not that expensive to craft. It's only 3 chemicals and 3 plastic parts, or you can buy them. They're about like 2,000 each, I think. But yeah, definitely focus on that. But yeah, if you don't bring any, definitely start bringing some to see how it helps you in fights and just get around the map quicker. And so here are my keybinds. There's not that many keybinds in this game. There's only a few you need to worry about. But for crouch hold, this is my slide. I hold C to slide. For my dodge roll, I use Z. And Z isn't actually that optimal because when I want to slide left, I have to hold A. And I can't really do that if I'm using my ring finger to press Z and A with my ring finger as well. So it's not actually optimal. I recommend changing that if you're copying mine. And then also I use F to swap shoulders. This is super important as well. Swapping shoulders. I don't see people doing that enough. But yeah, you guys can tinker with this all you want. These are not insane. It's not Fortnite like you need 1,000 binds. This is pretty simple. So yeah, if you guys learned anything from that, please drop a like and a comment. That'd be hugely appreciated. And peace.